examine the last point over here before we break for salah. Is there a minimum number of people to elect the Imam in Sunni theology? Because Sunni says you can select the Imam. That's something that people can do. How does a person become an Imam in Sunni theology? A group of people can select him. What is the minimum number? Many of them have mentioned that the minimum number to select an Imam is 5. Why? Because that's how the caliphate Abu Bakr started. 5 people gave bay'at to him and others followed. And he became the Khalifa. Umar ibn al-Khattab was the first one. Salim Mawla Abi Hudayfa was the second one. Abu Ubaid al-Jarrah was the third one. Usayd ibn Hudayr was the fourth one. Bishr ibn Sa'd. These were the 5 who were the first to give bay'ah to Abu Bakr. So Sunni theology historically have said, as long as you have 5 who choose a Khalifa, he becomes the Khalifa. Some have said 3, some have said 5, but most of them have said 5. They also cite the Shura of Umar ibn al-Khattab. Umar, when he appointed the 6-member Shura who would appoint the Imam after that, or the Khalifa, he appointed 6, right? One of those 6 becomes the Khalifa. So the 5 have to give their voice to him. So at least you have to have 5. So they're taking the precedent from Umar and Abu Bakr to establish that you have to have at least 5. What do you think about this condition? If we accept this, that means Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi from ISIS is the Khalifa too. Why not? He's a Muslim. He came out. He had authority, because that's one condition they say, if you have authority and you try to impose your power. And hey, a lot more than 5 people gave him bay'ah. This is a big problem in Sunni theology. If you ask a Sunni objectively, based on your theology, why is Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi not your Khalifa? Why? What disqualifies him? He killed people? Well, you say the Khalifa can kill people unjustly. At least 5 people gave bay'ah to him, and he ruled. It's not like it's a fake Khilafah. Sometimes you could sit in your basement, hey, I'm Khalifa. Well, that's a fake Khilafah. You don't have authority. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi had authority. He took half of Syria and Iraq. He had an army. Why don't you recognize his caliphate? Just like Abu Bakr became a Khalifa, 5 people gave him allegiance, and the others were not given a choice. That's it. They pulled out the sword. Were other villages consulted? Were other people, other Muslims in the Muslim Ummah consulted? Do you accept it? No. A group of people at the Saqifa, by the Prophet's mosque, they gathered, they chose them as the Khalifa, and that was imposed on people. The same thing with Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Why is he not a Khalifa? We ask this honest question. Why is he not the Khalifa? If you accept that he's a Khalifa, that's a big disaster. And if you don't accept that he's a Khalifa, tell us why, justify it. Because your theology says he should be Khalifa. The conditions for an Imam are met in Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi in Sunni theology. And that's a big problem. That's why you find many of them, they were confused. That's why many young youth who had that religious passion, they went and joined him. Because all their lives they're being taught this theology, and now they suddenly saw, you know what? We have a Khalifa who fulfills these conditions. Let's go become shaheed with him. A lot of people were drawn to ISIS because of this type of theology. That's very, very problematic. That's very, very problematic. This tells you the whole idea of how a Khalifa is chosen is very problematic. You leave the door open like that, and the Prophet ﷺ would not even, let us know what happened. At the time of Abu Bakr, not everyone accepted his Khilafah. You know what you hear? There was consensus that he was a Khalifa. No, that's a myth. Az-Zubayr, the cousin of the Prophet, he took out his sword and he was willing to fight. When according to the book Al-Imama wa Siyasa, Umar ibn al-Khattab, he threatened him. They took his sword, and he even called him a dog. Yes, companions slandering other companions, subhanallah. Look at our history. See how the companions, sometimes they used to talk to each other. And now they have this glory about them, you can't say anything. But they themselves, they used to fight each other, kill each other, slander each other. They used to even cuss each other. This is in their books, in the books of history, unfortunately. So it's a myth to say that everyone accepted the Khilafah of Abu Bakr. No. A group of people selected him, he gained power, it was imposed on the others, and people didn't. Some of them tried to resist, they were dealt with force, and a lot of people just accepted the political power because they were not willing to fight. So that's something that is very, very important to consider. So this was briefly an overview of the position of Imamah in Sunni theology. For them, as we mentioned, just to recap, it's a fiqhi issue for a lot of them. It's not part of usul al-din, whereas we believe it's part of usul al-din. Number two, they don't believe it's by divine appointment. God is not the one who chooses the imam, you choose them. How you choose them, as we mentioned, is problematic. Who? Does it have to be everyone, all Muslims? Well, that didn't happen for Abu Bakr or Umar or Uthman. None of those three caliphs, the entire ummah selected them. In fact, there was always opposition. And the minimum number is problematic, that they've stated 5, right? So this is a critique of the system that they have for the imamah.